Welcome to a paint tutorial by Juliette with the New Britain, Berlin, Meriden YMCA. Are you looking for something to do with your kids, trying to pick up a new hobby, or just plain out of things to do during quarantine? Look no further. Get crafty and look for weekly art tutorials for art projects anyone can do. Today, I'll be showing you a beautiful yet simple piece to welcome the spring season. Some materials can be found around your home. Please do not go out to buy materials. Please shop online for materials or pick them up on your next grocery run. I encourage social distancing for your safety and everyone else's. I will occasionally provide alternatives for certain materials where possible. These are the materials that we'll be needing for this project. First, we will need wrapping paper, a waterproof tablecloth, or some newsprint to protect the surface that you're working on, a paper plate, a paper bowl, a smock, old t-shirt, or apron to protect your clothing from the paint, pink acrylic paint, white acrylic paint, red acrylic paint, and black acrylic paint. Paper cup for washing the brushes, fill it with water, a canvas or piece of cardboard, paint it white, and you'll need a wide paintbrush and a thin paintbrush. Here's a full list of materials that you'll need for this project. If you don't have acrylic paint, tempera or children's paint will do just fine. You will need a water bottle with 5 bottom feet, so instead of a flat bottom, it has 5 points to it. This is what we're using for our flowers. It won't work with the flat bottoms. Without further ado, let's get started. First, lay out your waterproof tablecloth, wrapping paper, or newsprint to protect the surface that you're working on. Get your paper cup for washing the brushes, fill it with water, and get your canvas ready. In the paper plate, pour black acrylic paint about the size of a quarter, if not a little bit more. With the thin brush, we're going to dab our brush in the black paint. First, we'll be painting our branches, so I'm starting in the top left of this corner of my canvas and following the red line that's guiding me. I'm going to do a single stroke straight diagonally, and then I'm going to go at a different angle and paint another straight line just about there. Now when you're painting branches, every branch typically will go opposite of one another at a completely different angle from the branch it was coming from. So from this branch, I'm going to go opposite from the branch I just painted. Take your time deciding where you want your branches, using your brush strokes. For the flowers, we're going to take our paper bowl and we're going to pour pink acrylic paint onto it. Have pink acrylic paint, you can mix red and white together. Taking your water bottle with 5 points, this is really important, you need 5 points. You're going to dip the bottle into the paint, and you can press fairly firmly so that the paint really gets on it. And once you lift, It should be fairly covered with the paint. Find a spot where you want to put your first flower and press firmly onto the canvas or cardboard. And you have a pretty little flower. Keep doing this, but be careful not to overlap, since you don't want your tree to get too crowded with flowers. Sometimes you'll get the little dot in the center for the flower. Other times you may not. We'll fix that once we get to the end. Sometimes you'll get the little dot in the center for the flower. Other times you may not. We'll fix that once we get to the end. Repeat this until you have about 6 flowers. Next, we'll be taking the white acrylic paint and we'll be mixing those colors in with the pink completely. If you don't, we're going to mix that until it's completely a lighter shade of pink. Once that's all thoroughly mixed, you can take your water bottle and dab it into the lighter shade of pink and add a few more flowers. Fill the spaces in between, but be careful not to put too many flowers. I put 4 more flowers onto the piece. As mentioned before, sometimes you might get a dot in the center for your flower, other times you may not. If you don't, what you can do is go in with your thin paintbrush, dab it into your pink or light pink paint, and you can dab the center of each flower. And now you're done. Thoroughly wash all of your paintbrushes and dry them with a paper towel. We will now properly dispose of some of our materials. For the pink paint, if you would like to save the paint and don't want to waste it, you can put it into a Ziploc bag or cover it with plastic wrap. I'm just going to toss mine, however. Put all of your paints away. Since there's paint on our water bottle, we're going to wash it off and wipe it off so that we can recycle it. For your paper cup of water, dump the water and throw the paper cup into the garbage. And now you've successfully completed a beautiful piece of art that you can call your own. Like every artist needs to sign and date their work. We can now welcome spring with a beautiful cherry blossom piece. I hope that this brings peace to you and your loved ones during these trying times. Keep an eye out for more projects to do with you and your family. See you soon.